Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of Point Forward Podcast. Myself, Andre Iguodala, my main man, Evan Turner.
What's up?
And the man, the myth, the legend is here. Somebody that, y'all been asking for. We truly appreciate him. He doesn't do too many podcasts, and he stays to himself, and very exquisite, Dos Equis type individual. Love him to death. One of the greatest shooters of all time, top two, and he's not two. Welcome, my main man, Klay Thompson, to the show. Klay, what up, man?
What up? What up? It's good to be on here. I ain't no point forward, but I can still handle the rock a little bit. So
you can handle a little bit. You got the jumper. You know what I'm saying? We would trade the jumper, and I'm sure people would trade, their little assists and everything. But hey, your shit worked better for you. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. So let's get it popping, man. It's Warriors season right now. We just got our fourth championship. The league can't say much to us. Let's go to the parade. And I know a lot of people want to hear about the parade. I had no idea the parade would be like that, man. It was unbelievable. But let's start with early in the parade. What did Draymond say when you were looking back at him during your speech that caused you to turn and give him the death stare?
Oh man. Oh man. What did Dre say? He just said something that, like, you might have said, I don't even remember, bro. I mean, I said something very literal, and he took it and made it
Gotcha.
So it was like a pause moment.
And no one in the audience knew what was happening. So I was like, damn, I asked that by Dre. Yeah, this is great. This is right on. That was great. No, that's just
And that's when you crashed into the woman, right? Right now.
I mean, 15 minutes prior, bro. So
okay.
all these kids and these city grids in the middle of the street. And I tried to do a little hop, skip, and a jump, and my vert ain't as high as it used to be a few years ago. So I went stumbling, man. But I'm just grateful she was there. Like, she really threw me the best assist I've had in weeks. I was going down, and that would have been. Those fans, and you get off the bus, and you just, like, it's crazy. I was like, I got to get off the bus and enjoy this.
That's real. Well, I'm glad she helped you, because beige skin, it bruises easily. So.
That's fun. I used to make fun of how red I used to get my rookie year. I was like, damn, bro.
I was about to say, so obviously that day too, you lost your championship hat. So you lost it on a boat, right?
That one really hurt, fellas. I had that hat with me from the closing second in the Garden till we went to Vegas, till we landed back from Vegas. Till that morning, I woke up like, I'm going to boat to the parade. It doesn't get more epic than that. And then I had to get humbled a little bit on my live. And I was like, back for it. We took like 2 laps. And my boy was like, man, you're going to be late. Forget it. She gone. I was like,
Well, I'm thinking of all the Barry Bonds and Giants fans who, for the first time, like 2 weeks ago, I think I was leaving. I was either leaving practice. I don't know where I was leaving. I think I was leaving practice during the finals, and I saw how they post up outside of the, I think it's Oracle Park now, where the Giants play, and that's where they hit all those runs. So you got plenty of fans out there. We send them a message. Hey, if y'all see Klay hat, we got a little something for you.
No, it's funny. A fan at this little after party I went to Saturday tried to claim they found my hat. I'm like, bro, you was lying. I'm like, I was out by Alcatraz. You just floated to the, no, I don't believe it. But at the time, I was so happy. Maybe I had a few too many drinks. I was like, no way. Really? Where is it at? He's like, I'll get it for you. I was like, okay.
Just give me your number. Give me your number. I'm going to text you, all right? Swear to God. Boating to the parade, do you usually boat to the games too or no?
Like a few times a month. I would say like 4 or 5 times. It's just it's a lot of work boating, bro. You gotta.
Yeah. How long is that commute? The parking is probably the toughest, right?
Yeah, the docking.
Especially if you're in a in a rush too.
Solo, you gotta be quick. But I mean, when the conditions are right, I never had a bad game. Not gonna lie to y'all. When I boated to
wow.
the games, I swear. It was like a weird
like that.
Yeah. So I might do that 41 times a year. That's tough. Maybe. Never say never.
I kind of like it more in the bike. Sometimes with the biking or whatever, you come in, it shows too much of your socks and your calves when you coming on the bike. I'm like, damn, I can't even get the fit pick. I know Hugo upset.
Yeah. Nah, I'll pop a wheelie for you next year. No, I don't want to do that. I'll eat shit. If I can't stay on my parade, I ain't doing that.
So I think we got an interesting question. Who do you like more, or what do you like more, China Klay or Captain Klay?
See, China Klay is kind of like parade Klay because I'm out working, but you see so many people who, I mean, when I'm thinking going to Shanghai or Beijing, and I see people rocking Warriors gear or your shoes or and like I don't speak Mandarin or Cantonese, but I try, but it's just like it's a universal language, the game, and that's why I get so happy. Like people are just happy to interact with you and will cherish that moment, livelihoods. But Captain Klay is I feel like that's. Yeah, I don't know. That's tough, bro.
Yeah.
Moments on the ocean, priceless. Like, man, I've seen things that, I only dreamt of, being a kid. I never even thought I could drive my boat. That was like
right. That's dope.
That was like a whole nother lifestyle. I thought, but like, that's tough, man. You make me pick. Man, I celebrated championships in China too, and that's not my first dance viral video to go viral too. I was in Shaman City, turned up 2017. I might have to go China Klay right now, and then
okay, I got you. And then the more games you get with Captain Klay,
the more
it might
so,
the more moments.
Had too many good times been out. Yeah, it's just tough. It's funny, when I was in China, I'd be so free-spirited because I'm so far away from home.
Yeah, right. You don't know what the hell anybody's saying. You're just like, all right, bet. Like, yeah.
Doesn't travel as fast, information, so it's just...
True. I like that.
Yeah, because you don't get that VPN Express or whatever. Like, you don't have Instagram, Twitter, nothing. Everything's so banned over there. You know what I'm saying?
But you can just live in the moment, too. But on a more serious note, we talk about Captain Klay. When did you discover your love for the ocean? Was it while during the recovery with the injuries, or was it before it, or when was your love for the ocean? When did you realize that?
Honestly, I think when I was a kid, and I was so blessed having family in the Bahamas, like going there with my pops and my mom and my brothers, and I just remember how warm the water would be and how clear. And come from Oregon and Portland, like the beaches in Oregon, they are rough, bro. Like, I remember taking school trips out there and all that and seeing the tide pools, which is beautiful. But I just remember being a young kid and being in the Bahamas in the ocean all day. And then a couple summers ago, all that free time after ACL surgery, a few months where I'm like, man, I need school that's not hoop. But then I got a boat and I realized how much work that is. Like, I don't want to do something dumb on this thing. But I would say it was kind of like a lifelong thing. I just always loved the water, whether it was at the lake. I was blessed too to have just even being taught to swim at a long age from my parents. I shout out them, and because water can be scary, man. Like, you got to respect it. That's what I learned. Because when you're in a car, something breaks down, you just pull over. You can call AAA, you're straight. Maybe, but out there on the water, like you want to take every precaution because and we've all seen it. Perfect Storm, all them movies, like it does not end well. Perfect Storm, Titanic, Jaws.
Global warming, the water's warming up too, so the sharks come closer to shore when the water's warm because the fish are moving more towards the sea that they eat. But just kind of, speaking of the rehab, the last 2.5 years in your journey, I was in Miami for two full seasons, so I wasn't able to see you and would try to catch up with you. But it's different, being so far away, not being able to see you. How did you stay connected with the teammates that you had the last 2 years? And it's been a lot of different teammates that you had, and how were you able to, stay connected with the guys, not being on the road, and your rehab schedule isn't quite the same as the team activity. So kind of just walk us through, how you stay connected with the team, how you stay motivated, and what really like pushed you through.
Yeah, man, that's a great question. Group chats. I mean, nowadays we have so many platforms, whether Instagram, just being at the facility every day while teams. I did miss the road because it's like you just do random things to your teammates on the road, whether it be go to a dinner. You kind of build that chemistry on the plane or whatever, just kicking it. But man, the best part about the rehab stuff was being able to give some new teammates some advice and build those relationships. I'm still friends with everyone who's come through here in the last few years, and it's good to keep in contact with everybody, man. It's fun. I mean, even when I didn't see you for a couple of years and I see you again, it feels like it was yesterday.
Yes.
Your teammates playing the finals or doing whatever. So it's just crazy, like the cycle of being in the NBA. Like, you don't really think about keeping in contact as much because you feel like you see everybody so much,
True story. Now I got a tough question for it. Not even a tough question, just kind of, people see you and you're so free spirited and you just go with the flow, but they don't see your retrospective side. Like, you're a very deep thinker. And I remember our very first conversation we had on something that was very in depth, and I learned so much from that moment. I can't say what it was about, and it was a very special moment for me. But what did you learn about yourself through your rehab?
Oh man, that's a great question, Dre. I would say, what did I learn about myself? Whew. Man, I mean, obviously I love the game, because I would tell myself I got to do something else rather than basketball. Now I bought a car, or I bought a camera, which I still use. I used it for 2 weeks at the beginning of the season. And I kind of got lazy. And then I always just ended up watching SportsCenter, watching NBA TV, watching the others play, watching my old highlights. I couldn't go a day without it. And even knowing I wasn't going to play that season, or it would. So my love for the game never really wavered. And so that kind of made me appreciate the little things every day. Just going to the facility, just the cold tubs. I mean, all the extra stuff that I never did, especially I was never able. I wasn't the biggest one of the yoga, but I started getting into my flexibility, and my nutrition kicked up, and my lifestyle just to be as healthy as possible became the most important to me. I'm not gonna lie, before all this happened, I would eat what I wanted to eat, a glass of wine, games, beers, whatever, even go out late at times, late dinners, whatever, and recover and be good. I was in my mid-20s and I felt, I hate to say it, but invincible at times, man, when this annually, this is crazy. But then when you have some things that don't go your way, that's when you learn. That's when I learned the most how much I loved it, to be honest. And I don't really like to think about what comes next yet, because it's so much fun to me, and I would just do myself a disservice if I wasn't fully invested.
Yes, sir.
Klay, I noticed the first person you hugged when you all won a championship, that was the head trainer, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so obviously that was intentional. Explain that relationship. Do you give him a lot of credit? Well, obviously, we always joke when you're rehabbing, that's harder work than playing.
Yes.
Man, Rick, I mean, gosh, there were some tough days where I don't want to listen or I didn't want to do anything, and I would get mad at him, and it's just be mean, man, Rick doesn't know what he's doing, yada yada, and then go through it again, and all right, man, I'll listen to you. I feel like it was that scene from Happy Gilmore when when he's apologizing to Chubbs after he's like,
yeah, he's like, yo, I love you. He said, you're beautiful, you're this, you're that. I'm ugly, you're cool.
That was me after I popped my Achilles. And then, but he was just literally a shoulder for me to lean on during times when, like, it just looked bad, like in the chatter, like, man, no one's really ever come back from this, like 2 back-to-back. Or
I ain't gonna lie. I was like, oh, he's out. And once I heard the Achilles, I'm like, damn.
I know.
That's
man. Saw the stuff online, and
yeah, I poured out a little bit for you that night. I'm not gonna lie. I was like,
I appreciate that.
Yeah, I was like, he'll be okay. He's beige.
Yeah.
He'll make it.
So getting through all that and coming back, how nervous were you about that first game coming back?
Oh man, I was the most nervous I've been for a basketball game, I think, ever, bro. Like, yeah, that was crazy, man. That game still gives me chills to this day, just because the lead up. I'll never forget the shoot around the court with Biggs, Ray, Loon, and Steph, and JP. I was like, man, I've been watching y'all for so long and been talking crazy, championship or bust. I'm like, I'm here. I finally see it. And that was just, man, I just remember being pregame in the huddle, shout out to Wiggs. He was just like, bro, I can't wait to play with you. I was like, dang.
Yep.
I know, crazy. That game, most memorable game of my career, to be honest. And shout out to Dub Nation. Like, the fans really showed so much.
Yeah, they showed it. Yeah, they showed out. And you had a bang out. That bang out was crazy.
Crazy.
That's when we knew. We were like, oh.
And I took a break after that. I was like, I ain't catching no bodies for keeping my body got to adjust. I put everything I had into that dunk, bro. Oh.
So did you
That's funny. I got something for you. Because that moment was so special. Give me 2 seconds.
Our first ever guest leaving mid-interview for a real reason and coming back with something for us. So this is the first for Point Forward. It might be the first for podcast, period.
I just love when you meet a person that all.
Oh, hell yeah. Oh, hell yeah.
Wow.
I'm throwing up peace signs.
Yeah. Wow. That's bro. That's impressive,
cool.
bro. Yeah.
Yeah. That's cool. That's cool.
That's real. That's real.
Yeah. No, it's funny, bro. You find out how handy you really are when you got to mount something, and I'm not good at that. Yeah, that's the one, bro.
Yeah, I like that one. I like that one.
Yeah.
So do you feel like you're fully back, or is the best yet to come?
I think the best is still yet to come, fellas. Like, I haven't had a season just to train. Off season just to really train and just get better, because I had to build my body back up so much last couple of years, and that kind of.
Yeah. And you're
I feel
doing
like
a lot of.
I can be even.
You're doing a lot of skill training with Jordan Lawley. I know Jordan Lawley. I thought he had you off the dribble and things like that, where you, at least in the pickups look lit. Jordan Lawley, Klay look like he was all right.
J-Law, yeah. J-Law's got the good runs, and I love his positivity, man. He never has a bad day going to the gym. You need guys like that, because you get to the highest level, it becomes like so routine, like such a job. And
absolutely,
I just appreciate trainers who bring that energy and want everyone to succeed, not just their pros, but they want guys to go to who are D3, whoever, just to, hone their craft and keep that love for the game.
Yeah, sure.
Man, and when's the last time you played golf, Dre? It's looking real nice and open right now. Sunny.
I went to go play with Steph the other day. We played at Cow Club, and
that's crazy.
I don't know what was going on.
Now, when this fool is my first year here, bro, he couldn't even get off the tee. This man took like breakfast balls at one time. It was Ruby Hill.
Listen, man, I got a round at 2 at Ruby Hill today. I don't know if I'm gonna make it, but fam, I didn't miss a fairway yesterday at Cow Club. Like they were like, "Yo, what you been doing?" I was like, "I haven't touched the club in months because of my injuries, and I didn't miss a fairway, and I'm striping it. I couldn't believe it myself. So hopefully I keep that trend going." Yeah, yesterday I didn't miss a fairway. No, back then I couldn't find one.
Yeah, that's impressive. That's how much I love the waters. Dre got golf. I got the ocean.
What
I gotta
about
get
the
on my like you though. This man is.
Oh no, we own it. We own it. No, we did the Cash App thing. That was incredible. We about to do some more stuff with Cash App in a minute.
Give me a Cash App down. That
Yeah.
So he said at Damien. I'm like, dog, what you gonna do with this few $100?
Tell him get it from his brother. Tell him get it from his brother. No, I'm just playing.
That's my guy though.
Speaking of relationships with your teammates, man, like, how was it to build the chemistry with a brand new set of teammates, essentially? We only had 5 guys from the 18-19 season, and then when you come back this year, we got, you building up field with Wiggins, Poole, GP2, Otto, Belly, Juan, Kuminga, Moody, and it's all mid-season. So, how was it building that new chemistry with the guys?
Oh, it was so much fun, bro. Like, at the beginning, it was tough because, like, I don't think we could really get to know each other until we got some game time under our belt. Yep. So there was that elephant in the room, like, man, like, we all work hard, but we really don't know Klay yet because we only heard stories. We haven't hooped. And
right.
I appreciate these dudes so much because they allowed me to be myself and come back gunning. Not gonna lie, I came back shooting. They thought Steve always kept telling me I was trying to make up 2 years of FGAs.
You was. I'm like, Klay, this man is shooting.
Let it go.
And man, but shoot, they're just playing with them and making my like. JP and me, like, we don't do the same things, but we play off each other so well now because he was staying off the ball with the rock in his hand, and I try to space around the perimeter, and he can pass. That's how good a passer this man is. He puts right in the pocket.
Yeah.
It's like reminds me of like Steph so much, but even got a little more sauce on his moves. Steph is more like they're just different, but same.
Right.
Pulling up from 3, it's great. Like this, and to see like the growth, because I could only watch with Jordan for the first couple years, and then finally got in the lineup with him. It's incredible, man. Like the dude went from. I'm watching the draft yesterday. I'm like, I can't believe this man was a 28th pick, and out here, dang near 50, 40, 90 in the playoffs. That's
crazy,
impressive.
Crazy. Speaking of playoffs, obviously you're talking about, when you hit the court for Klay Day and everything, you're like, hey, it's championship or bust. When you guys enter the playoffs, like, what was your energy going into it? Like, obviously with you who is it? You, Steph, Klay, and Dre, you guys were 22-2, which is pretty crazy. And what was your energy going into that? Were you like legit like, okay, here goes the mountain climb, or is your body ready?
Funny when I said championship or bust, like, bro, we started off 18-2, and the last time we did that, I think it was championship years. I'm like,
yeah,
we ain't playing for second. Like we've been in the mountaintop, and that second stuff hurts bad, man. That stuff hurt.
Right.
It still stings, like you don't forget about the plays that cost you the game. You still think about those. So I was thinking when I said championship or bust, like. And what's great is no one even blinked an eye on the squad. Everyone was just like, yeah, he said it because we believe it. From Draymond, Steph, the Wiggs, GP, Otto, Belly, Mo. Maybe the Rooks didn't get it because they were just happy to be there. But it's incredible. But going to the playoffs, I knew we had a great shot, man. Like, we got, Dre's back, Loon, Steph. We got all this time under our belt, and then the talent to integrate too. Shoot, we got athletes, we got shooters, defenders, and I just knew they could be one of them years. It's crazy. It's kind of like a feeling that it's hard to put into words because you just feel it in your soul. Like, yeah, this team got that special, like that glitter, that gold glitter. We just could feel it.
Now
it's invisible.
Yeah. It's the what's the not Ivy, but Helmuth. Phil Helmuth is a big fan. He's a poker guy. He likes to call it white magic. I'll call it black magic, but it's that those good vibes and
beige magic.
Isn't that Frank Lucas called black magic? Blue Magic.
That's
Yeah.
Blue Magic.
Blue Magic. Blue Magic. Blue Magic.
Hey, what Denzel? That's he a go-to.
So I got it. You know, we got your other name, right? Your other moniker. You know, I think we should talk about, right? So we close it out in 6. You know, I got an interesting stat for you, but first I got to ask, you know, is there any added pressure for you around game 6s with, you know, the game 6 Klay as your Sasha Fierce? It's kind of like your alter ego.
I didn't think so, but I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I felt a little bit game 6 in the finals. You know, I was like, damn, should have thrown up the 6. Everyone's like, here comes. Oh God. You know, let's just win the game.
Right, right.
But that's something, I mean, no, I embrace it, man. Like, it's just something that when you get a nickname or something like that, it's just not handed out. That's the whole game.
Yeah.
True story. Gotta go get it.
You gotta embrace it. Like, yeah, we call them, gotta embrace it. So there is, I mean, a little pressure, but you know, you love that feeling of the pressure.
Right.
So like, you can't recreate it. Like those moments don't come, they won't be for our lifetimes, that's for sure. So when they are, the few ones that are in front of you, you just embrace it and like those butterflies in your stomach, that's what I do. Be worried about. It's like, I don't want to chase that feeling, you know, because that's something that might not, you guys accept that door is closed. Oof.
So I got some bad news for you. You actually should be called Game 5, Klay, because you actually average more points in Game 5 than you do in Game 6. In
Really?
20 career Game 5s, you average 22.7 points per game, and in 13 Game 6s, you average 21. I think it was.
The game 6 you got hurt, you probably could have bumped it up because you was on your way to like 48 or something like that.
Yeah, he was going to go crazy.
Yeah.
But at the same time, Klay, those Game 6s mean a lot more than Game 5. So I like Game 6. You know, the numbers sometimes lie. You know, Jay-Z say men lie, women lie, the numbers don't. And then Joe Budden say numbers always lie. Game 6s have a lot more oomph to them. And we were down 3-1. You know, people talk about us losing a 3-1 lead, but just before that, we had to come back from being down 3-1. And that Game 6 was incredible, man. Some of the shots you were making, I went back and watched the other day, like everybody was guarding you, from KD to Russ to what's the Philly kid's name I just saw? Deion Waiters. He got some of it. Ibaka got some of it. Like everybody could get it. Stefalosa got it in his running shoes. It didn't matter who was out there that night. They got it. So I'm liking Game 6, but for 2 more things. Yeah, it's crazy. But I like Game 6 though. 2 more things. ET has a question about Steve Kerr, and then, but my last funny thing is the draft just recently happened, and I just saw this stat too. The notable draft picks after the Sacramento pick, and it was Marvin Bagley, because Luka was right after him, right? And then it was who went right before Dame? Exactly. And then Jimmer Fredette went just before you. And then I got to thinking that was a 37 in the quarter game. Does that still happen? Because I'm far removed from being in the draft, but do guys still get that feeling like this guy was drafted before me and he gonna get it? But you missed shoot around that day too. So just walk through me what was going through your mind.
That was a 60 ball.
That was a 60 ball. You missed practice or something before that 37 quarter game.
Probably.
But just walk through me, kind of like being Jimmy Burdett getting drafted before you, and then kind of coming full circle with that crazy moment coming against him.
I mean, you definitely remember. Like now, I think back on it when you're drafted of who. I was thinking about that actually watching the draft yesterday. Like, man, these young men, I'm so happy for them. Incredible opportunity. I just remember that like awkward tension in the air because there's also that competitive underlining of everybody wants to get drafted the highest, So
right.
People are like, man, there's no way he's better than me or this and that. And you kind of carry with that, especially early on in your career. But as you get older, kind of everything happens for a reason. Like I'm actually very grateful.
Because it's all about fit. Like, shoot, I would have rather. I remember sitting there when I came out of draft and I knew I was going to go top. I'm like, I want to go 7 to Golden State because then I could play with the ball. Steph could play off the ball and call it a day. I went second to go play behind a future Hall of Famer, and it was hard. Like you were battling Monte Ellis, and shout out to my man D. Wright. I was battling Iguodala.
Yeah. Hey, of course, bro. If it was for you, like those who came after you to sign deals overseas, especially with shoes, like we want to have those opportunities. So it was.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
But yeah, like that's the unfortunate part about the business too, is it's never on the drafter who for how it turns out with the player. Mm-hmm. It's always on players' shoulders. And that's in every sport, not just, it's never about the system or like you said, basketball is such a game of moving as one unit. Yeah. And there's things that are so hard to quantify, whether it's egos or like how they'll get along or whatever. And that because they already want to call, that Marvin wasn't very good in Sacramento, but that's not the case, man. Like
he balled in Detroit right now.
Exactly. Like it's just, and Detroit is actually, I like what they did in the draft.
Yeah, they're gonna be straight.
They're gonna be straight, right?
Yep.
And so it's just unfortunate that that's bad part about sports is one person's success can, make others like, and just, I know Luke, like, yeah, that's all I'm gonna say. I mean, but yeah, I still think about who's drafting in front of me. Like, who doesn't,
Yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah.
I mean, 11 was great too. You get great value at any pick, really. I think of the 11 picks in the history of the game. Reggie Miller, Isaiah Thomas. Like, I just to be in that slot, I'm like, wow, I can't believe I got drafted with those. That's crazy.
Mm-hmm. So you said something obviously about getting drafted, and
one more thing about my pops, like he went before Larry Bird, which like it's been happening.
I didn't know that.
I didn't know that neither. Minnesota Gopher, right? Legend.
It's impressive, but
Hey, man. It ain't about how you start, it's how you finish. But you were saying something in regards to I read your admiration for Steve Kerr and wanting to play for one coach your whole career. Like, can you tell us more about that? What do you love? We just had Steve, obviously, on the pod this week. What do you love so much about Steve? What do you love so much about the comfort and the fit?
I mean, well, first off, I remember Steve Kerr on the Blazers. Growing up in Oregon, and we had such an OG team at the time. It was like Steve, Deadlift Strip, Steve Smith, and then we had the crazy ones like Sheed and Bonzi and hometown hero Damon. Yeah. So all those players from that Blazer era made a big impression on me because that was like when I really loved hoops between second grade to when I was 8th grade. I lived there, and that was like our pride and joy was the Blazers. That's all we really had in Oregon, professionally at least.
Yeah.
I mean, we do got the Portland AAA and the Timbers, but I'm a hooper. So my dad was a Blazer, and I always wore my dad played for the Blazers back in the day. It was just really cool. So I already loved Steve Kerr back then.
And did you know Kevin? And did you know Kevin Love back then too? Was that a story?
Yeah, me and Kevin were Mike. Yeah, Mikey and Kevin were real close growing up, just playing ball together and playing baseball. And we always knew Kevin was on pro, really young age. Like this league, he's already getting like the big ass boxes of Nikes dropped off, Reebok, whatever he wanted. He had a sickest crib at UCLA. I'm like, what's going on here, man? I didn't get this in Pullman. I'm in the dorm.
You guys police, my guy.
It don't add up. We know because he's going league. I wasn't that nice yet, so our paths were different, but we're still great friends to this day. We always talk about when we see each other, we talk about AU hoops or Little League and what we've experienced now. But
yeah, that's beautiful.
What were we talking about before that though? Oh, about Steve.
Steve, my fault.
No, it's all good. Steve just lets me be myself too. He knows when I'm to talk to me, when to let me be myself. I'm having a bad day. He's really good at reading people, I think, and it's fun to talk to him about subjects beyond basketball. The man's knowledge about the world is incredible, and I've learned a lot from Steve. So I just, I've enjoyed my time with him, man. It's been nothing short of amazing, bro. You got 4 rings, like it's crazy.
That's dope. That's dope, bro. Well, once again, man, appreciate your time.
Yeah.
Many blessings, and congrats on staying mentally tough and bouncing back and coming to get another chip. Like I told Dre not too long ago, I'm like, man, if y'all pull this off, I'll be truly, truly impressed with your toughness and the continuity and obviously the culture you all built. So clearly, shout out to your mental toughness and everything you've done, and thanks for giving us a bit of your time, because I know it's hard to get the Klay interview. I heard it costs an arm and a leg.
No, we don't got the pressure to play. It's the summertime, baby.
I hear that. Well, be safe, bro.
Appreciate you, fam. Thanks a lot.
We're on the boat. We got a podcast from the water one time.
True story. Right before the season, we'll do a preseason review or whatever. We'll do it.
No, we gotta do it in August and then drop it in pre. It's gonna be colder in a bitch in San Fran.
Yeah, you're right. We'll do it in August.
I got life jackets.
Man, please, that'll be the day that bitch don't work. That'll be the day that shit. All right, bro. Well, be safe. All
right, fam.
And look both ways. I feel like that'll help you.
Always.
All right, cool. Be cool.